There comes a moment in a woman's life when God starts removing people she loves, closing doors she prayed would open, and allowing battles she never asked for. She cries, she questions, she wonders if God has forgotten her. But here's the truth: God doesn't break a woman to destroy her. He breaks her to remove everything that would destroy her. Throughout the Bible, every woman God used greatly went through a season of pain before purpose. Esther had to lose her old life. Ruth had to walk through grief, and Hannah had to endure years of heartbreak before holding her miracle. Their breaking wasn't punishment, it was preparation. And if your life feels like it's falling apart right now, here is the first reason God breaks the woman He wants to use. 1. God breaks her dependence on people. Sometimes God removes people you thought would stay forever, not to punish you, but to teach you that your strength was never meant to come from people. Because people change, people fail, but God never does. That's why the Bible says it is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man. Psalm 118:8. When everyone else leaves, she learns to lean on God, and that is where her real strength begins. Before God uses a woman publicly, He teaches her to depend on Him privately. What feels like breaking today may actually be God building the woman He called you to become. 2. God breaks her pride before He gives her purpose. God cannot fill hands that refuse to let go. Sometimes He allows failure. Sometimes He allows seasons where nothing makes sense, not to shame her, but to humble her, because pride says, I can do this on my own, but brokenness says, God, I need you every single day. That's why the Bible says, God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. James 4:6. Many women ask God for a greater calling, but before He lifts them up, He first teaches them to kneel, because humility isn't weakness. It's the foundation of every woman God uses greatly. 3. God breaks her fear so she can walk by faith. Many women pray for a bigger purpose, but deep inside, they're afraid. Afraid of failure, afraid of rejection, afraid of stepping into the unknown. So sometimes God allows situations that leave her with only two choices: stay afraid or trust Him completely. Because faith doesn't grow when everything is comfortable. It grows when you have no choice but to depend on God. That's why the Bible says, for God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. 2 Timothy 1:7. The woman God uses isn't the one who never feels fear. She's the one who chooses faith, even while she's afraid. And often, that courage is born in seasons of breaking. 4. God breaks her so she seeks Him above everything else. Sometimes God removes distractions so He can become her greatest desire. The things she once chased, the people she depended on, the dreams she placed above Him, slowly lose their grip. Because God doesn't just want her attention, He wants her heart. That's why the Bible says, you will seek me and find me when you seek me with all your heart. Jeremiah 29:13. And often, it's in her darkest moments that she finds the closest relationship with God she has ever known. Her breaking becomes the place where her faith grows deepest. 5. God breaks her because her story will help others. The pain was never just about her. The tears, the disappointments, the battles nobody else saw. God can use all of it, because one day, the woman who survived the storm becomes the woman who helps others through theirs. That's why the Bible says, praise be to the God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any trouble. 2 Corinthians 1:3-4. What feels like breaking today may become someone's breakthrough tomorrow. God never wastes pain. He uses it to shape a testimony that points people back to Him. And often, the women God uses most powerfully are the ones He healed most deeply. So if you're in a season of breaking right now, don't mistake God's silence for His absence. The woman you are becoming is stronger than the woman you used to be. God is not finished with your story. In fact, He may be preparing you for the greatest purpose of your life. If you believe God is shaping you through this season, type "preparing me" in the comments below. And if this message spoke to your heart, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more faith-filled messages that strengthen your walk with God. Because sometimes, your breaking is not the end, it's the beginning of who God created you to be.